rongo ki te tangi a te korimako. Kōrero flowing out the hooker force. Kaupapa relevant, kaupapa out of bounds, kaupapa exigent, kaupapa paramount. Nā ko nā whakapiri mai ki te kaupapa tino whakahira hira whakarongo pi kari kari mai. Hare hare mai, o Taringa hare hare mai. We gotta gather up close everybody. Gather up close everybody. Kani kani move that body. Kani kani move that body.
Miti runga, miti raro, miti haha, hea te kai, ko te kai a te rangatira te kai, ko te kai a hene ngaro, ngāo roa, ngāo tū te kai, ko taringa te kai tēnei ata, e mihi ana ki a koutou katoa, e whakapāho atu ana tō tātou kaupapa atu i te pokapū o te awa mutu.
Beep, beep.
E noho tonu ana i te pāmahana o tō tātou whare ruruhi, āpokura, kei raro iho hoki nei te kaupapa o te wānanga o te roa. E mihi ana, e mihi ana, e mihi ana.
E mihi ana, ātaka.
Tēnā koutou, tēnā kaurua, tēnā tātou.
Tēnā koe, tēnā, i e nā mihi rangatira.
Kia ora, kia ora.
Tēnā tātou.
Nō reira, you may be asking. Hea hei mau nei, e nei toko, toru nei, e nei poiti.
Nei, we went there, hei te mi te pāti mātau i nā pō.
No, ane. Hei tā ngā kōrero, hei ko tā ngā kōrero, ki hai ki ngā kōrero, koia tēnei ko te rā mohiti.
Ai.
Ka pai.
And tūrua, tēnei rā, ko tā tātou, o tira tā koutou, he whakarongo, he kite i te ao, mā oku mowhiti.
Kia ora. Anei te ari.
Wow.
Ai. He tirohanga ne?
Yeah.
Snow's literally seeing them through your glasses.
I tell you, it's a concoction of madness and genius. Hoino.
It is.
Ai.
Yeah.
Anyway, hoino e mihi ana ki a koutou te māngai pāho. Koutou tautoko ana I tēnei kaupapa. Ana, mihi ana ki a koutou. O te rā ki a koutou, ngai taringa. Tēnā koutou.
Ai.
And before we jump into our kaupapa, or before we I mua I te tō tātou ngaki māra, ngaki kōrero, tā tātou kiwaha.
Ai. Well, I think you just dropped a hint there.
I think I just dropped the hint, or our kiwaha rhymes with ngaki kōrero.
Ngaki māra.
Ngaki māra, ngaki kōrero. Ai ni pēr ka ngaki whakaaro I tēnei rā.
Kuira.
Koina te whakamahinga o te kupu ngaki ne?
Ai.
He whakaaro anō au?
Well, no te taia o te māra, te rā kupu. E nenui nā kupu a tātou ka whakamahia ki horopaki ke engari no te māra.
Ai.
Tetei kupu I tupu ake ai au. Ki roto ko te mori.
Yeah.
He rite tonu te kōrero taku whaia I te rā kupu mori. And mum, I think I've seen her on Taringa. She couldn't speak Māori and have a few wines and then she's fluent.
Yeah.
But there were particular kupu that my mother used, as well as my kuia and auntie and anei, well, those must be kupu that we always used I roto I tō mātou whānau. And mori was one.
Ai.
So you can mori nā hua whenua, I roto I te māra, te kāri, te mahinga rānei.
Te mahinga.
Mahinga. And it's to, I don't know if coddle is the right word, or sort of ahurite ki te nurture.
Nurture, ne?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then ka tae koe te rā kupu te tiki ake me te whakaingoa. Ka whakaingoa tawa kupu ne, make it into a, what you call it, normalized, pēnei te mori-moringa.
Ka pai.
He mori-moringa ia nāku.
Ai.
Ei. Pa tēnei ko te ngaki, well, koira, ko te ngaki māra, wai mahi ana koe roto I te māra, and te ngaki kōrero, well, where you're gonna harvest your...
Okay.
Yeah.
Kuna ko te mahi ngaki.
He hauake te hauake.
Ai.
Ngaki te ngaki.
Ai. Kuna te mahi a te kō e wero ana I te ori.
Yeah. And I think ko te timo anō hoki.
Oh, timo?
Ai, ko te timo. Koe rana mea a ngā mātua tūpuna ki roto I te māra. E ai ki taku mōhio. So koe rā tērā, te ngaki.
Okay.
Ngaki kōrero.
Yeah, kai te ngaki kōrero tērā.
Ai.
And it could be used in And not so much a negative, but probably with some, someone's questioning.
Ai.
Hey, kei te ngaki kōrero tērā.
Ai.
So like when you're like prodding at someone.
Well,
What, digging around?
Digging around.
Digging
around.
Yeah.
Ka kōrero mai taku hua kia hau. Ka kōrero ia mō tētahi mahi I no mua no atu. I mahi a e au. Ka timatai ki te ngaki kōrero. She becomes an archaeologist, starts digging in the past. I said, ehua. I can't even remember that time, but she can. Ana, ngaki kōrero.
Okay.
And I tēnei rā, tētai horopaki, one context is ka ngaki kōrero mo te kaupapa, mo te tū, a Mōtai Tangata Rau. We were going to talk about something else.
Hey.
Kei ngā ngutu katoa te motu, I runga anō I te whakaitanga, kia noho mai.
Disclaimer, I did not pick this.
No, this is actually coming in hot from everyone. So, anei te Iana haka, motu hake,
Mōtai.
Mōtai Tangata Rau. Ko te pātai ia, ka ngaki kihia. Timata te ngaki kihia.
Me timata ki ngā kākahu pia.
Yep.
I know that's been a question on my mind and a few others. I had one friend who said, wow, Mōtai came out with a full-on rebrand.
Yep.
He tika rawa atu tēnā. I have one karewe whakaingoa kōwai, but she's a judge. He kai whakawā ia, he tautō hito. I think fellas guess. Karewe ki hea te wāanga. And she rang me and she was crying with joy. And she said, she watched from home, I Tanarohe, and she said, when Ngā Hui came out, she said, it was like my great-grandmother walked out of a painting.
Yeah, aye.
Onto the stage. Now, I know, people have attempted, and I'm going to say that, because I've seen the groups that have sort of gone to try for that look. But they got the wrong shirts.
Yeah.
They didn't have the collars. They didn't have the sleeves.
The frills.
Yeah. And it's not just the panekota shirt and the panekoti, it's the adornments.
Aye.
So, in that sort of time, Māori were into gold.
Yeah. Yep.
Gold sort of little motifs.
Yeah.
Ribbon.
Yep.
Hey, there was that sort of transitional stage. And then te aho o ngā
ngā rau.
umaiko, huia.
Yeah.
Wow. All Kapapahaka teams will wear them like this. Nearly every single team wear like that. Because ka kite koe ngā peita mera, kei konei
Aye.
ki.
Kei konei, yeah.
Hey,
Aye.
there's two, or it's like that over there. So, when he put the tērā whakaro i au, I says, wow, me mahi mo te he motono atu. We need to do it properly. But my whakaro was always going there based on the period that we were talking about.
Yeah.
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 Me ngā taonga tuku iho,
Aye.
whakamahi ara e mātou, were from that period.
Yeah.
Ora.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So it was the setting ne, because haere ki ngā teihana mātakitaki ai Mōtai, go and watch them. But for those who have, ngā huia came on in the regalia, and I was like, oh man, kamatu, katahi, ka tai mai te katoa, me taua mau anō. And yeah, that's what I saw was, and here's the timestamp.
Yeah.
And done well. Yeah, even I think ko te makawe hoki.
Yeah, head up.
Everything deliberate, meticulous and deliberate with the,
Ia wahine I haere ki te, I mea te. Tēnā, haere ki te rangahau I ngā makawe o tērā wā.
Yep.
Whakamātauhi I te kāinga. If you need a stylist to come in on the day, then so be it. But one stylist, not the whole whānau coming in to do your hair.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they did, and they did it well.
Yeah.
E mihi ana. Me ngā tāne, nā kākau ngā tāne.
Yeah, kōrero tia
Yeah.
me tērā ngā whakaro.
Well, it's interesting because I thought kare ngā boys e pai ki taku whakaro ki a topekura. Nea says, me mau topekura.
Hea te tope kura?
Koera te ao, he hui atūrai.
Ai, hua tūrai.
But that style of feathers, topekura, you can put any feather there and it's a topekura.
Ai.
When it's a hui, well, it's hui atūrai, but that style of wearing is a topekura. And they were on board. Yeah, and I thought, oh, they might think it was bloody bit too weird. But it was cool.
Yep.
So, you know, that as well. And even that, I mean, we're still scratching at the surface, and we've said it in Taringa.
Yep.
You know, tērā kupu topekura. Haunga nā mea Pākehā hairstyles. There were different names for, like there was a tiki, there's a Poutini.
Yep.
Right.
There's all of those, mo ngā makawe, how we wore heru, all of those sorts of things, we're still scratching at the surface.
And he mahi tohunga ne, he tapu no te pane ariki, I pērā ai, like there were actual people who were,
Oh yeah.
koina tā rātou mahi.
Well, koina te ingoa Poutini ai, ko te Poutini wharanui.
Ai.
Ko kahungunu tēnā.
Ai.
And I think ko tētai o Tūpuna, no Tai Tokaraune, he was the last known family who knew all the
Okay.
different sort of hair
I think ko te mea tatana ki taua
tohunga
mahi.
hairstyle, isn't it?
Yeah.
Te mea tatana ki taua tikanga naine ke hapani.
Yes.
They have their own
Yeah.
te hunga humau.
Yeah. Well, and most of them are wigs now.
Yeah, they're wigs,
You know, we saw them. They cost thousands of dollars for the geishas and that.
Yeah.
So yeah, koera tētai ko te kākahu.
Yeah. What about the men had the handprint? Was that just like bring a bit of your your previous paint style in forward, or no?
Yes.
Something else?
Yes, it was, because we shed the kokowai.
Aye.
We're like, oh, everyone does kokowai now.
Yeah.
And, you know, and ngā mihi ki te whānau o pare hauraki.
Aye.
Hauraki kōwhao rau.
Aye.
they were mean.
I rawe tā rātou.
Yeah,
I rawe,
I really enjoyed
but,
them.
you know, a kākau nei hoki, you know, he pai tō rātou āhua,
Yeah.
a tāne. And I thought, oh, well, there you go. But then, because we were wearing here, the men were, I mea te ki taku tamaisi e wharehuia says, ko tūpato, we don't want to go looking like Indians.
Yeah.
You know, people go, look, they look like Indians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Native American.
Yeah. First Nation, Native American.
Distinction, just making the thing. Yeah.
So tērā. But even that, everything in there had a reason.
Yeah, how te tikanga o te ringa?
What do you think?
Yeah, I haven't landed on something yet.
I know that probably some of the boys don't know either, or because I never actually said why we're going to have a red handprint.
Okay.
So we won't disclose that here.
It was for the 5 kings.
Kia ora.
So it was for the 5 kings. It was based on the matakite of our tupuna te ao katoa during Tāwhiao's time after Pōtatau. And he said, eri manake ngā mati o te kingitanga, ka whati te tuarima ka tūmai e wahine.
Aye.
So that was in acknowledgement of that.
Aye.
So, yeah, but, you know, ko nā boys are like, oh yeah, man, get the handprint on. I didn't actually tell them.
Yeah.
You know, he tikanga tō tērā, this doesn't look cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, tikanga tō tērā.
Me whakaronga pi kari.
Actually, if you look at the old back of my photos and that, our kroa got into wearing like, they were like belts.
Yeah.
He momo tāpeka. I mean, you had the hāmanu, which had the cartridges in it and for mo te pū, but then they got into wearing, they followed a lot of the fashion of ingarangi and uropi.
Aye.
Yeah.
And you know, it was a funny thing because, I won't say who this is, because I didn't take my gears off, We come off stage, and he had ki te whakatutuki i tama te tikanga mai rāno. We went to Poutini. And we went in all our kiwas. And I had clothes, but I thought, actually, I'm quite comfortable in what I was wearing to, you know, go to prize giving.
And it was cool to see a prize giving like that. You know, he Māori.
Yeah.
He Māori tonu.
Yeah. So I had them on. Anyway, ka mea tētahi o nā kuia ki au. Hea te nāhanga e ko? He ingarangi. You trying to be an Englishman? And I says to her, a koe rānei, trying to be an American woman. And she goes, oh. But I mara mai ki tāku, and that was the other thing, is I wanted to, we did challenge, I mean, they're still having debates on why we wore it, and or people that don't know.
Yeah.
Hea te kākahu Māori.
Hea te kākahu Māori.
And what is kākahu, you know, ours have been called costumes.
Yeah.
Whereas a pari and a pipiu is kākahu.
Right.
Same thing.
Same
it's
thing.
a costume.
I nā
You
rā
don't-
ngā
you-
mea ko hanga ki ngā mea Pākehā.
Yeah, and we didn't even wear pari.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pari are made up.
When did they come in?
Well, you know, to cover the gills.
Cover the girls. Yeah.
Because you see the old paintings and photos, ko nā wāhine, o e rā waheri tiki nā tāne. Kare mau aha.
Yeah.
I runga nei.
Yeah.
And you know, tētai o nā kuia, neni beneni tānei ngō nonga te whakau. Kare e ki te iaia, engari he rongo nui ia. And she used to come out. You know, a lot of people saw them in their lifetime. Kei rotoru e ora ana e tahi. I ki te iaia. And she would come out.
E ukau.
Yep.
Ai.
And wahine tau ki te haka.
Ai.
And I heke tērā ki tana, yeah, ki tana tamaine, ki tana mokopuna. And she used to put circles around them and everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
And see, the Merry Monarch, they actually have a rule that you have to come on covered, because I think one year, one of the halo came on without anything. They just had their makawe over there. Ooh.
Yeah.
They got a rule now, you have to have them covered.
You have to have-
So that's no reira te pari.
Yeah.
But you know, we call that kākahu.
Kākahu Māori.
Hey,
Earlier it came in around
yeah.
colonisation
Yeah.
to make other people feel comfortable.
Yeah, well, yeah, and it was it's a performance uniform.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
We call them uniforms, but they're kākahu. Everything.
Yeah. Hea te tika ngō te paru.
Well, ko te whenua e.
Ko te whenua. Ai.
Okay.
Because the whole, you know, te katoa te hōtaka was about mana mo te hake.
Ai.
I think I said it twice.
Ai.
I said it once before the tapatapa that I put in the mōtete section, but was not a mōtete.
Yes.
So I said it once there, and then I said it once again when I talked about the pōtai.
Ai.
It wasn't in any of our way up there. And that was the whole point
Kia ora.
as well, is that one of the points, I guess, he matarau, that a lot of the kaupapa that we sing about these days, we've got to say them, and it's quite pronounced and blatant and clear.
Yeah.
But Ngā Titonga o Mua were quite, I wouldn't say cryptic, but you had to be, you know, they were elusive.
They were like hidden
Yeah,
messages.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, and we see them mō tētea. But see, something that propelled Kapahaka was the way of Taringa.
Yeah.
And again, I wanted to challenge a notion of what a way of Taringa is, because all it has to be is the song with actions.
Yeah.
And it was invented, some say Te Puea, some say Apirana, some say both, and I think it was. It was when Te Puea went overseas, I think i Rarotonga, i hoki maia, Te Pōmanga Tāwhiri toured, Apirana saw, and then followed suit.
Ah, yep.
And but then Ngāti Porou became masters of it, or Te Tai Rāwhiti. So yeah, hea te wai a Taringa.
Kia ora.
Hea te kapahaka.
Kia ora.
E tahi e mea nei, e me te tika, it's theatrical. Kapahaka's theatrical, e ma.
Ai.
You know?
Yep.
You don't do any of that, mate, pāda mō tētea, on a marae,
Ai.
you know?
Yeah.
But because we've got one way of thinking about kapahaka, and we've put it in a box. And you know, some groups might think they're not in their box, but they are.
Yep.
We all are. So koe rā anō taka, I was like, there was lots of things that I've wanted to do over the years that I just did all at once.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, pai. And because it was sort of, ko te wai a Taringa tēnei, very theatrics, very Broadway.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that was...
That's what it reminded me of.
Tērā waiata, I drove from home, I got to the roundabout, and I started humming the first, it's not even the chorus, I guess it's the catch.
Yeah.
The Poutini. Poutini. By the time I got to Ahaupo, I had half the waiata. And then when I got to Glenview, where my hui was at, manga ko tukutuku, sorry, ko muti te waiata.
Kia ora.
The only thing I didn't have was the last line was wi wake ki waikato. But I had the whole thing. Rang ngā huia. I said, listen to this. And he waiata tia ki aia. This is in December.
Aye.
But we didn't actually teach it till this year. We didn't touch anything from the back of last year. Last year was all about ko taitanga whanaungatanga. Haere ki ngā kaupapa iwi, paukai, hui a motu, just in January.
Hoturoa.
Hoturoa. Didn't do anything. Ana, ko e tai kei te whakaaro. I roto i te kapa, when are we going to start? We have started.
We have started.
Yeah, because kura tētai me e mahu ana.
Wax on, wax off.
Yeah.
Wax on, wax off.
Yeah, kura tētai me te mahu e. In a lot of groups, you get devoured by competition and you let yourself be devoured.
Yeah.
And, you know,
sometimes some of the bigger picture stuff gets forgotten.
It's a doggy dog world.
Yeah.
It's a doggy dog. You know, we all whanaunga and it's all ko taitanga till you get to selections.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, but it has to be done.
Yeah.
Engari, me ka te whanaunga tanga te ko taitanga, and it's genuine and authentic. You know, you can do so much more with your rōpū.
Yeah. It's easier to say no. Or, you know, everyone gets it. Everyone's on the
easy
ride
to say, you know, this weekend you want to have off? We're having a noho now. And everybody goes, yay! Because they know we need it. But moyo koe, you know.
Aye.
Ko tū koe roto Mōtai, I've always liked to keep things a bit rough around the edges.
Yeah.
Because they're pērā te marae.
Aye.
That was the third time we did the bracket.
Yep.
All together.
Kia ora.
That was the first time Nahui and I were in it.
In it, aye.
For the whole thing.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
And that was the first time we did a handi top drop.
Aye.
That was it. I'm not going to say whether that was planned.
Yeah.
Or not.
Engari, he marae tonu te papatū waiwai, ne?
Koena. You know, and me ka te tiro ki te marae. Well, you don't get 100 hot, top drops te tiro karanga in your whai kōrero.
Yep.
And koera te tai me ki au, e ngaro ana, i au e noho ana he kaiwhakawā i ngā tau nei. E ki te anau, kei whē te wairua ngā mahi nei.
Aye.
Even nā rōpū, kei reira rā te wairua. Engari, kei te mahu e te tai me. Probably because it's been overdone.
Yep. Well gated, well rehearsed, well orchestrated.
It's you know, it's just something that the Kapapahaka community has just bought into and we've promulgated. And this came out of a conversation with Po about how, so much has been influenced by kai whakawā. Who e kai haka?
Yep.
And then we just promulgate, got to do 50 million top drops before you get on the stage.
Yeah.
Do you really need to do that many top drops?
Po talked about it when he was last head judge and how there was a difference or an indifference between some judges and others talking about two groups. And he said, ane te reanga hou. They were looking at the movement and the togetherness.
Yeah.
And the others were looking, ingari ko te wairoa.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he talked about that as a head judge.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I love watching about like little kids do kapahaka. Because they're just so natural. And they don't know everything in sync. You might have one waving out to the crowd over there, and the other one over here going hard. And like it's just really beautiful and natural to watch.
Until
unpopular opinion, kids are easier to teach. So then you can teach them anything. And then they become well-trained, well-gated, well-synchronized. And then that carries on into the way they do hakas as adults.
Yeah. And until they get into mana kuratai.
Yeah.
And then it's on.
Yeah, and then it's on.
And karei te whakahe.
Yeah.
Te whakahe, engari.
He tirohanga tēnei.
Ina mai rāno e ki anau. Kau e tū Māori mo te rua te kau Māori minutes noho. Don't just be a Māori for 25 minutes. He ana me Māori ai koe i a rā.
Right.
And what can you take from your learning i roto i tō kapa? Ki waho. And not just use on the papahaka.
Kia ora.
Yeah.
What would you like to share about the mōtiatia?
Yeah, can you please talk about that?
That wasn't filmed.
Well, it's one verse of a tapatapa mō te manu.
Right. Is that what we were talking about, a couple of episodes ago about the Māori in the forest?
There's footsteps everywhere, Tiwi. Go back to Māori. Go back to that episode, it's all there.
Yeah. Last matariki, te umukoku whetu, koe rā te wā I whakaohongi e, I kia tiki te iwi ka whakaohongi e te Māori, was last matariki. And was at also there I te taho te ahi, I ki te au, hea nā mai. I ki te au, hea te whakaeke, I ki te au, hea te iere, ka whakamahi ki te wāhanga mō te. I ki te au, hea te kaupapa ki te poi. I ki te au, ko te wea Taringa te mea I kari I tau.
Yep.
Te haka I tau. And te whakawate actually came later because that's a full stop.
Aye. Well, yeah, no.
Yeah. For that part.
For that part.
So I ki tau I rā. And ka timata taku whakaro, me tuku rānei, me ha rānei.
Yes. Yeah.
I te me ko tērā tapatapa he tanga tuku iho. And, he karakia.
Aye.
Yeah.
E tapu.
And, I was at, not wars with myself, engari e wāna ngāna, he tika rānei, he ana rānei kia tuku ki roto I te whakataitai.
Yeah.
Ka tai au ka whakaro, ko tētai wāhanga nui o tā mātou tū, and it's not out of it, but it is. I've had lots of people say to me, I felt something. I felt a kapahaka side. And mohe o a te puhairi, Mōtai Tangata Rau, and I have to keep telling the group this, he wānanga Mōtai, and we just happen to do kapahaka.
Aye.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
No, my kapahaka group has a Māori problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a wānanga problem.
And but that's always been not a battle for me, but a challenge because, you want to feed the tani whakataitai, the ones that are there for competition, and to get the balance. But then, I thought, no. The ones that are there, they're the ones that meant to be there. And if they can go through all these 5 noho I think we had before we even touched, we did kapaka. And we did waiata mō tēte, we did haka, but we didn't kare mātau I ako, I te hōtaka mō te tū.
Yeah.
So anyway, back to the tapatafa. I thought, no, this needs to be done because it's going to set off a vibration.
Kia ora.
Koe raki, because it hadn't been heard in so long.
Yeah.
And just very quickly, the night that nākui karui whakako, but I said, mea te ki te kapa. And it was te pō o te hui a motu, which was our first wānanga.
Yeah.
So we get back from Tūranga Waiwai, and, everybody's done ko mahi, te katoa, te rā, toilet, mōtai, and all the kapa that were there had a job, not just us. And that's the other thing, this is something you do out of service, and I think that's something that nā kapa o Tainui, I won't say have above, but something really know what service is.
Yep.
I te me, ko nā hui katoa I konei, te nui ngō te wā, kei reira ngā kapa I tātuku ana. So we get back to the pie run, stuffed. Hey, I'm stuffed too, because I missed my flight from Wellington and blah, 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 blah. And I'm thinking, is this the best time to do it? And then, ka puta mai a rākau nui. And the moonbeams just went...
And it was a tohu.
It was. And it was a lovely warm night. And I noho mātau I te maraeatea. And I says, right, anei te mahi tuatahi. Ka rewe tuku I nā kupu. Ka tuku au I te iere. I was going, iere. Ka rere te iere. I runga I tō nāno wairua. Ki tēnā, ki tēnā, ki tēnā o kupu. And all I want you to do is to not be interrupted or distracted by the kupu. I just want you to be one with the sound. And what it made you feel. And, kei te tiro mo he take out, geez, happy e nei kōrero. Anyway, ka timatau. Well, I ki tau I te hōrere e tahi, ko e tahi, like, he Māori tēnā. And then we went around, and I went around, and every single person shared what they felt when they heard it. And then the second time, I mea tau, okay, I nāne, tēnā, hopu ki nei e te hikupu. If you can catch any words, bring that back to the wānanga. And then that's what we did the first night. And then I went into the tikanga of it. And it was interesting the things that they picked up without knowing anything about it. Because of the sound, and the way o te tapatapa. And, hard case, because te wai we did a rauna. What do you think it sounds like? Or what does it conjure? It all sounds Hawaiian. O te tau nā wahine. Ko tana tāne he kanaka Māori, and he was there. And when I got to their group, he was sitting and he goes, nah, doesn't sound like anything we do. But it's just interesting how, those vibrations were like, oh, sounds like this. He thought it sounded Middle Eastern. And ko te reo ko te rangi te reo te patupaerehe.
Kia ora.
And we had a lot of patupaerehe in there. Whare pūunga, reikau ki whare pūunga, te pai o reikau a patupaerehe people. Engari ko te patupaerehe anō ki koene te doc tuatai o te ao Māori. And it was an acknowledgement of that. That's why people were thinking, they were just people thinking, well, this is real patupaerehe heavy. E toru nā wahanga, i roto i tā mātou hōtaka, nā te patupaerehe. Yeah, me te reo te patupaerehe.
Okay.
That's why you get this nā kuto, pararuti, ruti tō, rata aita. Yeah, ki te kore koe mārama, kāre koe e moio. So koe rā te tapatapa. And i te mea, i tuku au ki te kapa i runga i te tapu. And I told them, there's not to be no recording. And I think some secretly didn't think, I don't know, but I do. And then not to teach it to anybody ever without my permission. First time I've ever said that about anything. Everything Mōtai's done, I've taught or composed. E wā te ana, atu i tēnei.
Kia ora.
Ana ka mea, koe nā ka whakatapungia. And anyone that wasn't at that one, they couldn't learn it off anybody that went. They had to come to the next noho to learn it.
Pai.
Now, ko tērā whakahaere o mua, nā koe te whakahaere o ngā whare wānanga, and it was sort of get them to get used to being patient.
Yeah.
And taking in mātauranga in a more of a traditional way.
Yeah.
Hey,
sounded like a blackout to me. Sounded like a blackout.
But i te wā i tuku e ngā kupu, nā te pai o te wānanga, I think about 4 hours we sat on i roto i te pauri. Rere ana ngā kupu. I mau.
Kapa.
I mau pai and everybody respected it. Anyway, tētahi, kāre ana mātua i tai mai. Ana ko te tamahine tēnei. And she goes home. And, other wānanga, it's, what did you do? Or we did this. Okay, we'll make a Tuesday night and ka mea kaore. Koene te tamahine, I think, te kaumā whā o na tau. O kaore. Hea? Kaore e ki a ko Paraone kaore. me taime mai kore ki te wānanga e haere ake nei. Oh, turi. Kei te humai ngā kupu.
Kākoro mai, yeah.
Kaore, he tapu. Koena tāna kōrero. He tapu. And e mihi anau ki aia, me tahi atu. He pērā anō. And again, that was creating that relationship with tapu that we've talked about.
Kia ora.
That's lost. And he nui ngā mahi kua tānoa noatia. Hey, so it wasn't, we should have just said to, when they broadcasted, to just put he tapu.
Yeah.
To save all the, people think we're doing this mystery mō tēte and it's part of the strategy. And someone said, are you saving for Matatini? I thought, do you think I'm that shallow?
Yeah.
That I'd, save something?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't do it for those reasons. You had to be in the room.
Yeah.
Had to be there or...
Yeah. Like you were at the marae, ne?
Oh.
You know how we can watch whai kōrero and pōhiri now and look at it and sort of actually see it from your lounge, but not actually really get it because you have to be there.
It was Anna did what I asked it to do.
Kia ora.
And you were people, they different responses. Like some couldn't move. This is people from the crowd that told me. One of my mates had to walk out.
Yeah.
He said to me, this is after prize giving. He said, I had to leave. I said, yeah. Now we got to, I think, the third or fourth verse. And he just had goosebumps, he said, and he couldn't stop shaking. He pushed through security and went out the door and broke down crying. He just didn't know why. He said, I felt it.
Yeah,
Rere was something that didn't sleep inside of me. Koe nā tana kōrero. And then he haere ki te wai.
Ka pai.
That's exactly what I said.
Yeah.
I said, ka pai. And he goes, and I said to him, how? He goes, I thought I'd just been a part of something very tapu.
Pero moi te tapu.
That's what he said. And I said, ka pai. That's exactly what happened.
Cool.
Yeah, so koe rā tērā. And if you weren't there, you weren't there.
Yep.
Yeah.
But even some of us, like, there's one part in there, the tapa talks about the sparing of the manu. And it is a magical thing because the way that it's composed as a karakia, but it's holistic.
Yep.
1 minute you're from the perspective of the tira that's going into the ngahere, and then another one, you're the manu.
Yep.
And then,
And then the tau.
And then we'll get to this particular part that ever since I learned it, I would cry. I couldn't stop myself from crying, and I thought, I can't cry on stage because it's not a way at the tangi.
Yeah.
And ka ki te pē, e tai kai whakawa ia, nega, Paraone, te tangi ia. Someone else couldn't move. Tāna, all the times pai, couldn't move. So, koe rā tērā taonga te kuio, and that's koe rā.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did you learn it from?
Well, it was in a book.
Okay. And so how did you... Did you find a recording?
I found a recording.
It found him.
Restricted access.
Yes, it found him.
Yeah. And then things just... It was a domino effect. So, you know, a lot of people were saying, what's that on our T-shirts? Because on the back we had tuia te kawe. And that was part of it, talking about the straps that they would put on their backpacks to carry the kereru in after they've got them for the season.
Yeah.
And then one saying, well, what does the kereru got to do with the kumara? Because the whakaege is the kumara.
Yeah.
Well, the kumara was that karakia we used as the whakaege, employed, was the karakia that was performed at the hui.
At Manawapau.
At Manawapau. Where, and the deeper thing of it was not to be potatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because kouru ke mai te riwai.
Yeah.
And then on the whakawate is the opposite, because then kui ahu mai challenges
Kiri taiwa.
Theology.
Theology, yeah.
Rules everything. And she labels the kupapa as kiri taiwa. Brown on the outside, white on the inside, and cook them in the pots. So, you know, and you saw the change, well, I hope everybody would, from ngā wāhine, I haka i te whakaike, engari, he wana anō tērā.
Aye.
And that's the other things, people confuse that wana, you're going to be,
Yeah.
blood, you're going to be, you know.
Kai tangata.
Yeah, te ngā niho.
Yeah.
There's also, kaua, kao. And I told the woman, what you feel in the whakawate, that is not the whakaike.
Okay.
So it was painting all those things as well. So the kereru, the tapa was an acknowledgement of the 2 years that he mahi kai tētai wāhanga o taupō, me te pai o raukawa, mo te hui ki pukawa. Yeah, and now staple then, or not staple, but that was our maramataka, was the kereru.
Okay.
And ko reira te Māori manu. Go back to the Māori ep.
Yeah.
Cool.
And that was happening for the kingitanga. What happened to my mother was a kid. She used to talk about the uncles going.
Oh, that's how long te mahi huahua was.
I'll tell you a story. Mum and my auntie used to tell me that they get the bags of kereru, and one would be dropped off at Aotearoa, and then the other ones would come down to Wairaka, and they would take them around to all the old people. Such and such would get 2, or every whānau. But monga kau, manga kau mātua. But all the fat ones, those went to Turanga Wāwai. The sugar bags.
Yeah.
You know, tō tātai kau mātua I konei hu ki te rangi. Kua ngaro ia. And us, I was having a koro hu ki te rangi. And he was moaning about some things going on. E koro nei hana. And I says, what are some of the things that you remember that ka ora tō ngā kau? O te koro nei hana, ngā koro nei hana, o mua. And then ka me mai ki au, goes, was the kai. Such and such hapu brings in the tuna. Such and such is te ika, pātiki from Manukau. Yes, but ko te tino kai, no roto ia koutou. And I says, yeah. He goes, te kereru. But that was only for King Koroki's top table. Me ana manuhiri. I said, what did they bring it in? We'll come in sugar bags. And he tangio. When he told me that. And, I thought, that was sort of a neat way to cross-reference this what was happening at home, eh?
Yeah.
And all the tikanga that would have happened with it. So he wahanga nui tērā ki te mana motuhake. And then that's why I'm saying a big part of our hōtaka was mana motuhake, even though it wasn't in any of the haka. Waiata, we didn't say it, but the things that we performed was about it.
Yep.
Tell us about it. Tell us about the, your different
koina te
bed.
me
Why
rere,
was
tōna
everybody
nei.
on their knees?
Well, I've done, there's tons of haka we don't do today. So the popular one is taparahi. We see? And we did a form of it.
Yeah.
And taparahi is in many rows.
Yeah.
But with set actions. And then there's peru, but those are with weapons. But then there's styles of haka, taparahi, performing and genres of. And we did one of them.
Yeah.
And he horu tērā.
Horu.
He horu. And horu traditionally were performed on your knees, and was full with guttural sounds. Ne, he guttural te horu. He rite ki te horu o te moana. Ne, and ki te whakarongo ko i te moana, ka rongo ko i te moana e horu ana. Ka pera.
Yeah.
So tērā. E ni pirangi au ki te whakaoho i te taiahuatanga haka, kare anō kia kite mō te tai wāroa. Kare anō rāne kia kite e tai. Well, I hadn't.
Yeah.
I just did the rangahau in a long time ago. And I rongo au I ngā kōrero mō te horu, but I'd never actually saw one. But I knew he pēnei. So te wai keu ki taku nephew, I says, anei te haka ka pēnei. Hey, the whole thing, uncle. I says, yep. On the knees. Whole thing. And kare he takai.
Yep.
Now, I think it was on, maybe it was Haka Yans, I'm not sure, but a comment was made. Well, had no haka. You tried to do a haka without a takai in it.
Yeah.
It was, the men got drilled.
It's the first.
Even to get out, any heel?
Yeah.
No, nothing. Ko te manawa taki, kei roto kei te manawa me te kaitātaki.
Yeah.
But the reason too we did the horu was because the haka was about the conversation between Poutini and George Gray. And talking about us being on our knees. We're always pushed down to be on our knees.
Right.
And the first line was tuku eiho opona nui ki te papa o te whenua, kei runga kona whetū tū takitai. You get, and I've reversed it, meaning that it's taken from Tawhiao's Tungikura. All the stars are there. You can do what you want, with your life. Kei reira ngā tohu, kei roto I ngā whetū. But for now, you're going to be on your knees. Ana koira te Koera te wairua o ngā mahi a ngā kāwanatanga katoa.
Yeah.
Kia tātou.
Yeah.
Anei Māori mā, you can be whatever you like.
Yeah.
But really,
But just not yet.
yeah, with the rules and ture and things, mai rā anō, really, nah, we're getting a second, third, fourth, fifth class version of that. Te whainga whetū.
Yeah.
They, you know, they drilled them in.
They drilled them in mean.
And then probably in the last 2-3 weeks, I said, right, now we're going to hoki mai ki te oro. Oh? I said, yep. So what you're doing? Nah. Same manua taki. Now, I want you to sound like your fellas korua.
Aye.
Yes.
You know, with no teeth.
Yep. From the gut.
And they thought I was bloody having them on, no. And I said, that's what all these words are there for. There's ho-ho.
Ho-ho.
Yeah, ho-ho.
Yeah.
Ooh, e ha, e o. All of those in there.
Yeah,
horu era. I also made it pertinent to the kaupapa pertinent to it.
Yeah.
On the knees. Same with the poi.
Yep.
You know, that's an old poi. But it's made up of 4 karakia. One for the net, one for the hand line, and the ika o te moana, the tuna, and the kaura.
Wow.
Ne. So waiti, waita,
Yeah.
and also ngā mauri o e rā wāhi, and also in consideration of, in the way of Taringa, while we're speaking about these ika.
Yeah.
Yep.
That each rangatira, or ariki mentioned.
Yeah.
And then the tune, well, that's the Wallaman. When that came, he nui ngā mahi wairua i roto i tēnei hōtaka, I had the kupu, and I had a rangi, but I wasn't doing it. And I was practicing the rangi with
With
the normal
boy.
poi.
Yeah.
which aren't normal. Hey, but we say,
Yeah.
And I was doing them. And then my bloody niece, Te Kiri Kōwhai, she messaged me early in the morning because I gave them a riddle 2 nights before. And she solved it. It was about 3 in the morning when baby woke up for tana ukaipo. Uncle, you still up? Ka wai mai kei. Is it this? I says, tika. And then right when she talked to me, I looked and I saw a photo of my aku mātua, my mother and father. And next to my mum was her poiraupo. That she made in 1960 or 70 something when they were staying at Te Whare in Hamilton. It's the surviving thing from the Pakekehua. Poiraupo and her piu-piu. And I saw her poi and I said, we should use the poiraupo. And I picked it up. Well, I went with the kupu because the kupu were from that you know.
Yeah.
And I looked at my father. What's the tune, Dad? Apono.
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
What's the tune, Dad? And my dad was Paikai te Moana. The fisherman, he was a shearer and all that. Well, I heard the sea shanty thing.
Yes.
And the first one that came was Mōtai.
Mōtai.
Which was Drunken Sailor.
Yeah.
And Mōtai was taught to me when I was at intermediate. Mōtai, we called it Boy Chaser's Guild by P-Way. And then when I came home one time, I was doing it. And the old people saw me.
How te Mōtai? He whai, he
whai.
Yeah.
You see the action in our whakawātea.
Yeah.
And I was doing it. And ka kitea mai e tahi o ngā, it was Auntie Rita, Uncle Tabs and Auntie Roy. And he goes, that's Mōtai. Kā te Mōtai? Mōtai, maupane, ki te kainga o te ariki, puna kauariki. Yeah. And that was the haka you do with the whai. Hey. Anaka rangahau au, e kia Tainui ko puna kauariki, is where the tuna come from. And as tāwhaki was going up, they were going the other way. And I mataku ia whaitiri mā takataka. Well, we're in there now, next season. Big thunderstorms and then the tuna gonna heke.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I said there, Mōtai, Mōtai. Got the thing, which was sort of the chorus. And then the other tune, I had in my head, but I didn't know where it was from. And then I muri mai ka mētai. Ko te Wallaman. It was on TikTok, so Wallaman.
TikTok, well, yeah.
Okay. Well, when I researched that song, that waiata, the Wellerman Company, they supplied every single whaling station
Ai.
in the north and south with sugar, salt, all those things that
Rama.
Kai te whakararu i a tātou. And next to each whaling station, there was a church and a school.
Ai.
And I thought, he tohu tēnei, because the whole, another part of the hōtaka was reclamation. Hey. And I thought, anei he. So, then, told the nieces, Jazz and Nati, anei te poi. Yeah, and can use these. Those! But because, kaua ko rāua nake, engari te katoa te ao Māori, we've been using one size poi for ever how long? And the short poi made us use our bodies more.
Yeah. Really had to work that, because, and yeah, that's what, koina i reira hoki oku whakaro, how was it going to be judged if it's so out of the norm, but it was so, yeah.
But it's so out of the norm that it's not even the norm.
It's not even the norm. Should it, yeah.
But, no matter what you do, tātou ngā kapa katoa, do it well.
Do it well.
Yeah.
And ko te whakaaro ki muri I tērā, do it well, is kia tūturu, kia pono. Nothing in there was a gimmick.
Kia ora. E mihi ana kia koe tai. E mihi ana. I can't say it enough. What it does, it gives all of us, actually puts us all in a mindset to understand how oti te tikanga o te kapahaka I tēnei rā.
Yeah.
And you can be competitive and you can still be kaupapa, you can still be tūturu, you can still be Māori.
Yeah.
Which I think a lot of people are getting. However, anei tētahi tauira, hei whakarotanga mā tēnā o tātou.
Yeah, ne noha nau te whakaiti. Hara I te me kei katoa ngā whakautu, ngā mōhiotanga, ngā mātauranga.
Ai.
Kei tēnā I tahi. Ei, engari kia rite anō tātou. Ki te wā I mahi tahi ai tātou.
Kia ora.
Ei. Yeah, I'll shut up now.
Ora tēnā koutou katoa.
Ai, tēnā koutou. Hei kona.
Hei kona.